From the rugged mountains of Macedonia rose a boy with the heart of a god. He walked where kings once dreamed and legends were born. His name was Alexander. And before he turned 30, he would conquer the world. Steel met discipline. Hearts learned to march to thunder. Minds sharpened like blades. A horizon calling a single relentless soul. Trained by Aristotle, he learned the language of the stars and states, inspired by Achilles. Glory was not a story to him, it was a vow. Alexander became king at 20, a kingdom held by iron, ambition, and fate. He dreamed not of peace, but of empire. He weighed the world, and the scales tilted east. Phalanx, an iron wall with a single heartbeat. Companions ready to ride into myth. Old borders burned in his mind like paper. He saw not lines, only destinations. Every river a thread, every city a knot to pull. The march began beneath a rising, hungry moon. He crossed the Hellespont and struck the Persian Empire like lightning. Footprints at the edge of a continent, history catching fire. No hesitation, no retreat. At Granicus, he smashed the first gate of Asia, leading from the front, always. The empire blinked and bled. At Issus, terrain became a weapon in his hands. Kings learned to fear the charge of a Macedonian. Edges broke, resolve did not. And at Gaugamela, an empire assembled, an avalanche waiting to fall. He found the seam and drove through destiny. Thunder answered thunder. A wall became a storm. Chaos met choreography and broke. Darius fled. Asia bowed. He shattered Darius's armies and claimed the crown of Asia. Cities swung like gates on his approach. Wealth of empires became rations for a vision. Forward was the only language he spoke. Banners fell. The march did not. 3 names whispered in firelight: Babylon, Susa, Persepolis. He was hailed as Pharaoh in Egypt, and a god in Babylon. Praise is a crown and a weight. But power has a price. His men grew weary. The road grew cruel. Victories are heavy to carry, from the mountains of Persia to the edge of India. His dreams grew darker, even as his star blazed. Whispers gathered like ravens, lines blurred between glory and wrath. Friends were lost, burden without equal. His army, faithful and fierce, finally said no. He was conqueror and human. Some victories cannot be taken, they must be released. His hunger for glory consumed him and left only footprints toward an unknowable end. At 32, Alexander the Great was dead. A silence no army could break, a crown without a head. But his name echoed through eternity. Empires crumble, stories endure. Generals studied his steps like scripture of war. From Rome to the edge of the earth, his shadow taught. He conquered empires and became legend, a light that outlived the flame. Not merely a man, but a measure. Where waves meet land, his story still arrives and refuses to fade. This is the story of Alexander, the king who conquered the world. Subscribe for more legendary stories, only on Shadows of History.